I'm here with Jenita, and she works with us in the finance department of Trinny London here at HQ. And we're doing a bit of a bridal trial today. When are you getting married again?
Getting married on the 27th of July.
Yay! Gotta love a summer wedding. So yeah, we've picked some colours already that we're thinking of, and then we're gonna go ahead and trial this out. So I'm gonna start with a bit of skin prep with Jenita, and today I'm using mostly La Roche-Posay products, just because they're a bit light and they're not gonna make the skin react. You have a little bit of eczema, don't you? So yeah, we wanna be very, very gentle. And I'm going to use their eye cream, a little bit of a kind of more soothing cream, and then a bit of a mattifier down the middle. So we're going to start off with our first product, BFF Dark for you. And this is great for those summertime weddings. It's got an SPF 30, a little bit of that tint. So it's just going to give you a nice glowy, dewy skin without looking shiny. I usually do 2 pumps, or if it's going to be a really hot day, maybe you need a 3rd pump. So I'm going to take that BFF just a little bit underneath, just to brighten. Really nicely soaked into the skin. So next, I'm going to use a little product called Miracle Blur. Now, I know some of you ladies have been using it in the way that we've been showing you, but there's other ways of using this, and that's a little bit like a primer slash mattifier just before we put the Just a Touch down. I'm going to use quite a dense brush, but not pick up a lot of product at all. Just a little bit, and the places I'm going to place it is just through the middle. Make sure that we're taking out any shine that we don't need. Gives us a nice blurred kind of prepped skin in that sense. Right, let's move on. Next, I'm going to go in with our Just a Touch and Your Match to Live. So that's going to be our perfect colour. Again, I'm doing bridal work, so I want to keep this nice and flawless looking. So I like to use this with a brush. Those of us that are having any updo, even if it's covering half your ear, I always do take the foundation just over your ear, just because then you're, in photographs, you're not having red ears and then this perfect face. So I'm just taking whatever's left on the back of my hand and just pushing it through the ear. So next, let's do the BFF eye. So next I'm going to go in with our BFF eye, and what we have matched you to is Chemi. This is going to be the perfect under eye corrector. Again, I'm going to go back to that really dense brush. I'm going to just push it into the skin. You can see already what a difference that makes, and this is a wonderful product. You've got your hyaluronic acid in it, you've got your peptides, and a little bit of vitamin C, so we're going to be brightened and awakened and depuffed for the day. Whatever I've got left on the brush, I'm just going to pop a little bit into here as well. So next I'm going to do a bit of highlighting, contouring and bronzing. I feel like those are really important. They give us life to the face and a little bit of structure again. So I'm actually going to start off with a bit of the contour, and yours is Sophia. And where we're going to find that is just right underneath the cheekbone. I know we're tempted to go scoop right under here, but we almost kind of want to keep it light so we almost lift that cheek even more. So I'm going to take a tiny bit on the end of the brush, and then I like to just go around in little circles right under here. Make sure that you really brush it into the hairline. And I like to hold the brush right at the end so we don't have a harsh kind of line or work there. We need to keep it nice and fluffy, almost hardly touching the skin. So next I'm going to do a little bit of bronzer in Sawala, that's your colour, and I'm going to use a nice fluffy brush for this. I like to do a little technique, as some of you may know, is dip, diffuse, and use. Just gives us a smooth application, and the way I like to pop it is anywhere the sun would catch you naturally. So I'm going to start from the front here and go back into our contour, a little bit along the forehead. Of course I like to go a little bit on the bridge of the nose because that's going to naturally catch, a bit on the chin. And again with bronzer, when we're having a hair updo, I just like to make sure that it's in there as well. And now I'm going to highlight, and I'm going to use actually one of our Warrior Queen colours in Virtue. And what I like to do is just pop it right along the top here. And then what we're going to do is add it a little bit to the brow bone. Then I'm going to add a little bit in the corner of the eye. And of course we can add a little bit to the Cupid's bow as well. Beautiful. So next I'm going to do a bit of blush, and I'm going to be a bit cheeky here, and we're going to use 2. I'm going to use Smoky for just kind of a bit of a natural overall blush, and then I'm going to pop a little bit of that P on just to bring out, in your wedding theme you've got some pinks going on, quite bright pinks, and we want to just pick up on that a little bit. So I'm going to go in with the smoky first. So I'm going to pop that on a brush. So what I like to do is just get you to have a nice relaxed straight face, like this, and then I start off where the cheekbone would actually end. And with these blush colours, you don't have to be afraid of kind of picking up quite a bit on your brush. And then just go around, and then I like to go up a little bit. Next, after I've done this smuggy, I'm going to pop a little bit of that P on. Just remember, just to brighten a little bit and go with the colour of theme of your wedding. So I'm going to pop that a little bit almost in the middle, and because this colour is very strong, I only need to take a tiny touch of it just to start adding that brightness to it. Perfect. So I'm going to do the eyes next. I'm going to do a bit of an amalgamation of 4 of our eye colours. So 3 of them are in your match to me and 1 of them isn't, but I'll explain why I'm using it. So I'm going to first start off with a little bit of Mystery and Victory. So because your dress is quite vintage and it has a little bit of that kind of white gold feel, I like to put these 2 together. So I'm going to start with Mystery first. Do a really light layer all over the eye, and then I'm just gonna pop a little bit of that Victory on. You see, I'm almost pulling that into the Virtue, which we did as a highlighter earlier. Next, I'm going to be adding a little bit of depth with Emperor. So we're not going for something that's super shiny and shimmery because we've got these going on at the moment, and we're going to add something extra on top. So I'm going to use again one of these nice fluffy brushes, and I'm going to pop this going along the lash line, and I'm going to start building up the colour and into that inner corner. And what I'm going to get you to do is look straight ahead for me, and I'm going to just map out where I want that to kind of go there to give us a little bit of depth, and then blend. Just to give a little bit more intensity, I'm going to use a liner brush just to really push into the lash line. I'm just going to do this the other side as well. We've done this Emperor soft smoke, a little bit of a liner to go along with that Victory Mystery kind of old antique gold, as I would say it. And now I'm going to do a little bit of a surprise, which is Star, which I've done this before, where we want a little bit of more shimmer, something a little bit more sparkly. And where I like to pop this is right along, close your eyes, right in the middle. And this way, I'm going to do this gently because your dress has these like beading on it that's beautiful, that almost needs this star to pick up on that colour. Beautiful. And if you tap it on, you get a lighter thing, and then what I like to do is just this little tiny swipe there so you get that flash of colour. Beautiful. Next, we're going to do a little bit of a lip. So Jenita and I have kind of decided, well, Jenita wanted a day lip and an evening lip. So I'm going to go through with the day lip first. So we went on the wedding day, you want it a little bit of colour, not too much, but for the evening time, we've got something really funky to use. So, but first of all, what I'm going to do is carry on with that lip to cheek in Pia and carry on with that pink theme and have it, I'm going to do it very, very, very lightly and almost worked into the lip, so like a stain. And then next I'm going to go in with a little bit of Thea lip glow. So this is going to give us back our juiciness after we've worked this colour in. Beautiful, and you can see that's toned it down and given us this really beautiful pinky natural kind of tone to it. Press for me. Beautiful. We've just taken off our day look lip, and actually we're going to do now more of an evening look, something to spice it up a little bit. So we've picked actually together a little bit of a gentle bright to do today. So we're going to do Phoebe because Janita's got quite dark lips. We want to kind of cancel that out and smooth that out. And then I'm going to use a little bit of Sasha right in the middle just to kind of give a little bit more to that colour. But first I'm going to start off with a little bit of Anna just to smooth out and give us a nice base. This is our lip tree. So this is going to give you loads of lovely goodness to your lips. So I'm gonna use a brush for this. It's gonna give me a perfect line, but not too, we don't want it looking too harsh. So we just popped that Phoebe on, and now I'm going to make it a little bit more exciting with a tiny bit of Sasha. I'm gonna pop that on kind of in the middle, almost push those colors together. That looks beautiful. So this is Jenita's final evening look that we've done and finished here, looking really beautiful, got a bit more of a brighter lip there. So for Jenita's wedding, you can see that I've broken this down into 3 different stacks. So this is your base stack, and it looks like a lot, but for a wedding, you want to look very special. So I've got your Miracle Blur here, then we'll have your BFF, and then I have your Just a Touch here, and then your BFFI. And then we've got the parts where it's contouring and highlighting, and a little bit of that blush. So I've got the Sophia, the Soala, a little bit of Virtue, even though it's an eye to eye, we have been loving it as a highlighter, and a little bit of that Smoky. And then the next stack, what have you got for me, is lip and a bit of cheek as well. We added that Pia on top of the bit of Smoky on the cheeks. We've got that Thea, because we did a Pia and Thea on the lip for our more day lip. And then we've got that Phoebe and Sasha together at the bottom for your more evening-y look. And finally, we have the eye stack, the eye to eye stack. So what I've done is we already did the Virtue as a highlight and in the inner corner. And then I did a little bit of a mix of Mystery and Victory on the eyes there to create that kind of vintage old gold look. And then I smoked that up a little bit with the Emperor and used it as a liner, as you can see, so it gives a little bit more to our look. And then finally I added that little bit of star right bang in the middle, just to give us that little bit of flash. So every time that you blink or you give a fluttery eye, you're going to see that shine through. Love it. Enjoy, everyone.